Welcome to Salute to the Ears, where my family and I discuss everything Disney, from parks, food, and rides to travel tips, movies, and more. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Salute to the Ears. I'm your host, Jeremy Simon, and this is part 4 of our must-do things in the park. And with me today is my son, Jackson.
Hello.
And we are going to try and tackle Epcot, which is not our family's favorite park, I would say. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that because I don't need people coming at me. It hasn't been our favorite park. We are kind of more of a ride-driven family, I would say.
Agreed.
Yeah. So I would say going to Epcot now will probably be a little higher on our list than it has been in the past, even though a good chunk of it is still under construction.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so let me explain to y'all how we're going to do this and how we've done it in the past. We're going to have must-dos in the park. This is a must-do ride, must-do food. It can be restaurant, a snack, anything that has to do with food or drink in the park. And then must-do like show, entertainment, meet and greet, that kind of thing. So we usually start off with rides. And since last time I've gone, they've added some rides. They've added Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, which was back in October, July, something like that. It's been a little bit. And then just this last week, officially, Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind opened, which is now a virtual boarding pass, and you get to go through all that kind of fun stuff. But unlike Rise, you have the option to buy your way onto the ride, right? And then while we're there, we also have extended hours for Epcot, which then we can try and get on the virtual boarding groups or virtual boarding pass at 6 p.m. for those extended hours as well. So theoretically, I mean, we could ride it 3 times in one day.
It's all the luck at that point.
You'd have to be really lucky, I think, at that point to do it. But with that, let's go ahead and go into rides. We'll do your mom and your sister's first, okay? Your sister, her ride that she's got to do is Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. Makes sense. She is still a little leery of roller coasters. So I think this will be a good one for her. It's a trackless ride where you're basically shrunk down the size of a rat and you're going through the kitchen, trying not to get caught like in the beginning part of the movie. It looks fun. I've tried not to watch the POVs of this. Yeah. Because I want to be I want to see it for myself the first time. Like I know bits and pieces, but for the most part I've stayed away from it. And I know I think that's pretty high on all of our lists just because we've never rode it. Mm-hmm. And they were working on it last time your mama and I went. We thought they're getting pretty close, and maybe, but no, they kept pushing it off. Yep. But they've expanded France, so it'll be nice to see all that. And you have the creperie there, and just everything that has to do with it. But I think the ride itself, is something good to have back there. There really wasn't anything back there as far as rides. I know that's one of the reasons why a lot of people liked Epcot was because there was not a lot of rides. But it sounds like they did a really good job with the theming and keeping it very immersive to like you're in Paris. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of that. Another ride, I don't remember if this was there when you and Brooklyn last time went. It may have been, we just didn't do it. Was the Frozen ride.
I think it was there. I think we just didn't do it.
And this one is actually your mom's must-do ride. Has good animatronics. Yeah. So we didn't do it the last time we were there because we didn't want to wait 90 minutes for it.
Yeah. Hour.
I don't want to wait that long for it, but it is something I would like to do. I have seen the POVs on this one. I mean, the animatronics are pretty good, yeah. And actually, the queue whenever you actually get into the building is pretty good too. Yeah, we'll go on it, I think, but it's not something I want to wait forever in a day to get into. I think I think they'll do a really good job with it. It's not. We've kind of outgrown that ride, but the ride you and I think are probably both have to do, or we're gonna be angry, is Guardians of the Galaxy.
Absolutely.
It's everything I've seen. Everybody's talking about. It's phenomenal. It can cause some motion sickness.
I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, I'm not really too worried about that. I'm more worried about that for your mama and your sister. But everyone comes off of it talking about how awesome it was and how it's kind of revolutionized kind of the coaster game. Mm-hmm. It's their first reverse launch, and I think it's their first coaster that also spins you around so you can see screens as you're going through it to follow the story, which is why people are getting motion sick on it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right. Everybody talks about how immersive the queue is once you get in there. And actually, once your boarding group is called, you're not waiting in a line a long time. It sounds like you're moving through pretty quick.
Sounds pretty nice. I mean,
right.
You're going to get a boarding group. You don't want to wait in that line forever.
Right. And if it sounds like if you miss it in the morning, people are having a much better success rate getting on at 1. So if you miss it, because it sounds like it's kind of like Rise was, where if you didn't get it like the first time you hit the click button, you probably aren't going to get it because it's gone within like 2 or 3 seconds for their morning group. So that's why staying on property is important, because you have the chance to purchase it before everybody else.
Yes. So you get
right.
Great chance to ride it.
Right. What is it about this ride that makes it your must-do, other than it being new?
First of all, being new, and then the whole new aspect of the Omni coaster.
Right.
It's a new addition to Epcot, new addition to Disney World in general, and I feel like it's just an innovation and brings more thrill to Epcot.
Right. I'm looking forward to the fact, and this is one of the reasons why so many people don't like it, but I'm looking forward to the fact that they're actually bringing Marvel into the park.
Yeah.
And the Guardians of the Galaxy movies have been really good. And then you apply the music and the ride to it, and I think it's all just going to come together. I think it's going to be everybody's must-do ride for a while. I think even after Tron opens, like once the newness of Tron opens up, I still think Guardians is probably going to be people's must-do ride.
Yeah, I honestly think Tron as just a coaster and Guardians is more as I feel like it's more of a ride.
Right. And it's a long coaster, and it's all inside.
Yep.
It's one of the longest indoor roller coasters in the world, which is just insane. That I think if we don't get on that ride somehow, which I think we will, I'll be pretty shocked if we don't.
Especially with 2 days worth of Epcot.
Right. It's because we have that first day, that Monday, we're going there trying specifically to get on that ride, and then we're somehow able to get a Space 220 reservation on Tuesday, which is our last day there. So we're going to be there basically 2 days. Yep. It's Monday. It may be Monday. It's if we get to go ride that ride early, then we may bounce to another park as soon as we can at 2.
Yeah.
So I don't see us being a full day there, especially considering that Monday night we have extended hours. So we're going to get to ride everything that we want.
If not twice. Right.
Because there's not a whole lot there, but they do have some good rides. Like Soarin', I think, is solid. And then we'll have Remy's and Guardians. So there'll be some stuff there to do.
Absolutely.
And you guys haven't gotten to spend that much time there and gone around to the World Showcase. So you'll finally get to really experience that. And when you experience that, one of the best things about it is food. And right now there's extra food because you have Flower and Garden going on. Might as well go ahead and start with Brooklyn's. Her must-do thing she wants to eat is a Fruit Loop shake. It's
That's
from
interesting.
it's from the donut booth. So, but your sister likes Fruit Loops in the morning, so that's high on her list. And I don't know if I'm gonna have it. I may have a donut or something over there, maybe, but I don't know if that one's high on my list.
Yeah,
I'll give it a shot, but we'll see. It'll probably just be one of those where she can have it and I'll get a little taste. And then your mom's, which this one kind of surprised me, and she wants to go over to China. And basically, in their booth that they got over there for Flower and Garden, she wants the crab ragoon, basically.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I know. We basically had this last night for dinner.
Yep.
But she said that was her one thing she wants to try there. It's crab ragoon. What is your thing? I see you staring that on your phone.
I'm going to go with the brioche ice cream sandwich. Who doesn't want a warm brioche bun and ice cream in between it?
Right.
I think it sounds fantastic.
It does sound fantastic. I feel like the last couple times I've gone, it's been on my list of things that I wanted. Yep. Do you have on there where that sucker's located at? I think it's back. I think it's back in France.
Probably.
I think it's back in France. I'm pretty sure. But no, we'll go get it.
Right.
I think it's back there in their bakery, and it looks like maybe like strawberry ice cream or something in between. Yeah, no, that'd be good. That'd be really good, especially if it's gonna be hot. It's June down there. It's hot. We're just hoping it doesn't rain on us constantly. But yeah, no, that'll be good. A good one to try. I think for me, the one I want, and this one's been a Flower and Garden staple for years, and we're very rarely there during Flower and Garden. So I want to try frushi, which is like fruit made into sushi. It's like strawberries and cantaloupe and sweet rice, and you have like a whipped cream that you're dipping it in and a little wrap on there. Everybody says it's one of their must-dos, and I've never had it, so
it's very creative.
It is creative. I don't like sushi, but I'm hoping I like frushi. But we're going to give it a shot. It's back there in the Japan Pavilion, which is actually one of my favorite ones to go back to. I think it has become a lot of people's favorite ones because you got a big like department store there. It has basically everything from weird flavored chips, which we may try something. So you can buy swords there. You can buy clothes.
Who doesn't want a sword?
I know. Like, I don't know how you can carry it through the park, but hey, whatever. Or bring it on the plane.
Well,
so you just have to send it home, I guess. But then they also have a good quick service restaurant. You can go grab some food and then go sit down and they have this waterfall garden back there, and no one really goes back there, so it stays quiet. It kind of takes you away from the hustle and bustle of the crowd a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna go back there. I'm gonna try some frushi. They also have entertainment and stuff back there too. Like they got the drummers back there, like Mitsuyama or something. I saw it once. I can't pronounce it, but they're back there hitting on their drums. But there's Epcot. One thing Epcot offers is lots of meet and greets, and kind of some rare meet and greets.
Yeah,
and it also has some unique shows like the Jaminators and the drummers over in Japan that we were just talking about. And then you got the Voices of Liberty, and there's going to be concerts going on. They're going to be over in Epcot.
Yep.
But then at night you got Harmonious, which we have not had the opportunity to see yet.
No.
We've only seen it, we saw the awful recording that Disney Parks did. Whenever it first debuted,
were awful.
They were not good. I've seen it enough from other vloggers and that kind of stuff that I'm looking forward to it.
Yep. I think I would definitely put it as my must-see.
Yeah, I think it is my must-see as well. It's, for me personally, I know you don't really remember Illuminations because you would have been pretty little. You might remember some of it. But Illuminations for me, 1, was really long, and 2, had some slow parts of the show. And
especially for a fireworks show and a nighttime show.
Well, at first it wasn't necessarily considered it had fireworks, But yeah, it was a nighttime show, more with lasers and a story. Like, its story is what kind of drew people in, and then its music. And I'm looking forward to this because of the colors. Like, the colors are bright and vibrant, and lots of fireworks. But I think we're gonna have to kind of like scout out our spot
so you can get the
early,
best
so you can get the best. Yeah, because I still call it the Stargate in the middle. You don't want to be like on the side of it to where you can't see
so
it
you
at all.
can't see any of the screen
Right.
and the
So we're gonna have to figure out what angle to get into, or maybe we're gonna use. If we use Genie Plus that day, you can use it for Harmonious, and they got some areas you can go to. Or since your grandpa will be on a scooter, we might be able to get into a disabled area. But
one benefit of the scooter.
Yeah. It's I think it's going to be a good show. Hopefully it doesn't get rained out when we're there, because there's one night where they're not even showing it while we're there. Yeah, because they're closing the park early, and I think it's for a Special Olympics event. And I think they kind of closed out the park for them maybe that night because it's closing really early. Your mom also picked Harmonious, but she's like, no, I want to pick another one. Her other one is she wants to be able to meet Mary Poppins.
I like Mary Poppins.
Yeah. And that's a unique one. You really don't get to meet anywhere else. So, And I don't know that we've ever met that one. So she wants to do a meet and greet with Mary Poppins. She's usually back in the UK somewhere. She was kind of back in the gazebo area, but now they also have they have a band, like a live band playing back in there. So I'm not for sure where she's going to be. We might have to find her a little bit. We can find her. Now, your sister also picked a meet and greet, and we know where to find this one because he's over in Mexico, and that's the Three Caballeros Donald. Donald coming out wearing his sombrero. The vlogs I've seen, whoever that Donald is doing a good job. Really kind of getting into it and being happy and dancing, and looks like a good time. I've never stood in the line. Like, you guys have never been big into meet and greets, so I guess maybe we're standing in line for some meet and greets this year. I don't know, especially over in Epcot. If this one's back, I may have to do this one because the last time you went, I think anybody listening to this knows my favorite, especially favorite underrated character is Baymax, and he was there last time, and I just kind of got a drive-by picture, so I may have to stand in a line. I'm hoping that he's going to be back, and there's going to be Baymax merch because his show on Disney Plus also comes out here really, really soon.
Might give you a better chance.
They tend to push a lot of that merch around their shows, like right before they come out and right when they do come out. And it might even be this upcoming week where he comes out, so there's a good chance we'll get some Baymax merch down there. That make me kind of happy. Okay, quick questions because we kind of relayed your information from the other ones on this. What is your number one thing you have to do in all the parks while we're there?
All the parks.
All the parks.
That's a tough question.
Yeah. Is it still going to be Guardians because it's brand new, or is it going to be one of the classic ones?
Yeah, that's also true. All right, I'm gonna put a dead tie in between these three.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Rise and Guardians because they're brand new attractions that everybody seems to like, and good chance I'll like it. And then Splash before it gets
taken away,
and
one more time without your sister screaming.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah. Okay. Is there like a must eat you gotta have? Is it your ice cream sandwich you just showed? Is it your carrot cake sandwich?
Ooh, I do like the carrot cake cookie sandwich over at Hollywood Studios.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
It is a good one. All right.
Might have to go with that.
Okay. Well, we leave tomorrow.
Yep.
Like 24 hours from now, we'll be in a park.
Would you look at that?
Look at that, because our flight leaves. We're the first flight out of Kansas City. One of the first ones probably down there too. But so it shouldn't take us long to get from the airport. We're gonna take Sunshine Flyer and review that. ask that you guys follow along on Twitter and Instagram. Instagram especially, we're going to do some live stuff on Instagram. You can follow along at Salute to the Ears. And with that, I'm going to go and say go out and find your joy and have a magical week.